Welcome, fans, to episode 81 of Rangers Ed. This is your host, Cousin Ed, here with my co-hosts, Coach Ed, Little Ed, and our producer, Mikey Produces. What's up, boys?
How we doing, fellas? Finally, we got some wins to talk about.
Yeah, you guys hit the Islanders game, a tough one to be at, and we got a couple of wins to talk about, a couple of losses to talk about. But the big news is Coach Ed dropping a sandwich review, so we're gonna start doing that more. I think you did one at the Garden before, right? Is your second one from the Garden?
Yeah, but the first one didn't come out so good, so I think this is going to be the first one that will drop on YouTube. So keep an eye on that this week or next week. But yeah, YouTube views have been going up, so everyone keep following us and subscribe for sure, and check out some of the clips and extra content I've been posting over there. So I think you guys will enjoy it.
Yeah, that's been a great job on doing that stuff.
Yeah. So, Coach, what was the sandwich? So the fans know. What? Don't talk about the review, but just what was the sandwich that you ate?
It was what was it called? Daily Burger. Daily Burger.
The place was called Daily Burger, and then the sandwich itself was called, I think, the Daily Cheeseburger.
Daily Cheeseburger with bacon jam.
Bacon and onion jam.
So wait, was it a cheeseburger or a sandwich?
Cheeseburger.
It was a cheeseburger.
Isn't a cheeseburger a sandwich?
I don't know if a cheeseburger is a sandwich. I feel
like the actual YouTube
bun
series is called the MSG Food Reviews.
Ah, see.
So there's going to be a few other. There's a lot of other items that we have to try. They have the meatballs. They have the nachos. They have a lot of sushi. So it's not all sandwiches at the Garden.
That little what's that little the rice bowl thing.
We better start making money off this podcast to fund the Coach Ed sandwich review.
Really?
So
we're talking about
YouTube subscribers to go up. I don't think a burger is
a sandwich, though. I don't know. I'm going to pose that to the
fans. That's a big debate. That's a big online debate whether or not it's a sandwich or not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it counts.
Well, then is a hot dog a sandwich?
No. A hot dog is definitely not a sandwich.
All right, but a hamburger is between two pieces of bread,
right.
Generally. So that would be considered, I would say, a sandwich.
It's more of a sandwich than a hot dog, I'll say.
Look, if I get meatloaf on a hot dog roll, it's called a meatloaf sandwich.
That's not a sandwich.
It definitely is.
I just don't think it is.
You don't think it is. That doesn't mean it's not.
Well, I think a lot of fans will agree with me. We'll find out.
I don't think so, but
we should actually. Can we post polls on Instagram? Can we
do a little poll? I like that.
All the fans who believe in analytics will agree with you.
I think we should put a poll on Instagram. Is a hamburger or a cheeseburger a sandwich? I'm curious. I think the answer is no. But anyway, so that's look out for that. Look out for Coach Ed's sandwich review. It's gonna be.
It's a food review.
I haven't even seen it yet. It's gonna be hilarious.
You didn't see it?
No, I don't.
God, they're trying to get our views up, and Cousin Ed hasn't even watched it yet.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna watch it on YouTube to get the views.
Stop texting all day and maybe watch it for 30 seconds.
Yeah, right. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right in. We got the jersey numbers. Number 81, previously Marcel Hossa, not the good Hossa, and Enver Leeson. So 2 number 81s for the Rangers in the 2000s, but that's it. Not much to talk about.
I remember when Marcel Hossa played. It was one of those brothers you got excited about, but then he wasn't very good.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was like a fourth liner AHL tweener.
They also got Fedorov at one point.
Did they?
Another brother that it was a fail.
I think it's Fedor. Anyway.
Fedorov.
Prior to the last episode, the Rangers were 6-4-3, 2-2-0 coming in here. Now sitting at 8-6-3, 19 points, 4th in the Metro, tied for 8th in the NHL. As bad as the fans are saying they're playing, and as bad as they look, and
they're hanging in there.
I'm getting intolerant myself. They're tied for 8th in the whole league in points. So there's a lot of parity in the NHL this year. But they start off at home against the Islanders, a tough 4-3 loss, blew a 3-1 lead. We'll get into that, the bird's eye view from Coach and Little Ed. In Detroit, an 8-2 thrashing on Dad's night. We'll get into that too. 6 goals in the third period, a big win. And then they follow that up with a dud against Nashville. Couldn't get anything going. A 2-1 loss and then a 4-1 win at home against Arizona. So they go 2-2 in these games. And now they look to head west: Seattle, San Jose, LA, Anaheim. One day we're going to do that trip. I just got to find.
I was thinking that the other day.
But it's got to be a fun trip. I mean, you hit Seattle. Sometimes they do Vegas too on that trip, right? Or are they doing Vegas this year on that trip?
They usually do that trip with Arizona, but not this year. They didn't do it.
Vegas, Arizona.
I'm thinking of possibly. I came up with an idea talking with Kathy for my 60th birthday next year. If I could make it work.
If I can make it. Whoa, what's going on, Coach?
No, I want to fly out west, rent a camper, and hit multiple cities, and maybe you guys meet me, not everybody together, but like say you and Theo meet us in Dallas, Aaron and Mike meet here. Have a little jump.
What if we want to go to Dallas?
Whatever.
Do we get to put the cities in a hat, or what's the
I don't know that. We'll have to figure that out. We'll have to have a little contest.
We can't hang out together. It has
you
to
can.
Be...
I just thought it'd be easier. Just an idea I was throwing out there.
Do we get input on where you go, or you decide that?
Well, I'd like to try to coordinate it with the Rangers and try to hit a couple of cities where they're playing.
Well, Coach, you can't do that on your birthday then.
Well, it'll be my 60th birthday trip, not necessarily on my birthday.
Laser.
I'm going to get a freaking camper with a freaking laser on
it. No, okay. So you'll do it during the season. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, you should do that. Why not?
Most likely in the winter because
get out of New York.
More easy to get out of here and with work and whatnot, whatever.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. It sounds fun. I'll definitely do it. Yeah. So I mean, look. We talked about it last episode. Failure to play a full 60 minutes was a problem. Then they play the Islanders. They play 2 strong periods. You know, they go into the third with a 3-1 lead at home and blow the game. And you guys are there. Obviously, you must have been excited in the first 2 periods. And then, you know, look, you can argue they played well, whatever. They gave up 3 goals in the third period and lose the game. It's just another example of failing to play a full 60. Kind of righted the ship after that, but let's just focus there. I mean, what did you guys see in that third period at the game that maybe we may have missed on TV? What was going on? How did that happen?
I think it was kind of like the Rangers-Phoenix game where the Islanders they had the game the night before, I believe, against Calgary where they came back and beat them in overtime. And they just came out a little slow. The Rangers jumped on a nice lead. And then they woke up in the third period. I mean, letting them score in the first, I think it was 14 seconds into the third.
Of course.
And me and Eddie were at the getting a beer, and I said to him, I said, they better just hold tight because the Islanders played strong last night. And lo and behold, first shift, it was brutal. It was a tough train ride home.
Yeah, not only was it 14 seconds in, but it was Adam Pelech.
Oh my God!
Getting his first goal of the season. Like, it's just like a nightmare scenario going into that period. Like, all I'm thinking is, all right, survive the first 5 minutes. 14 seconds in, this guy, defensive defenseman, comes in, gets his first goal.
There is no way they should let up.
That's like Hayek. It would be like if Hayek scored, you know, in a down 3-1, you know, like. Anyway.
There was a lot of situations where, I mean, I could say Panarin, definitely. There was 1 or 2 turnovers in the neutral zone where they have to learn how to just shut it down in the third period. There's no reason to keep trying to score. If you're up 3-1, just win the game, in my opinion. You know, like, they just got to get it deep, forecheck. And if they do that, opportunities will come. There's no reason to try and force unnecessary passes, try and carry the puck over the blue line when you don't have room. I mean, I think you texted me saying Laffy was invisible that game, but like Laffy in the third period was the only one doing what he was supposed to do in terms of getting the puck deep and trying to kill the clock and trying to win the game, forechecking hard. And I responded to you like, everyone should be playing invisible. And like, what I meant by that is like there's no reason to stand out in that third period when you're already up 3-1. The way to stand out is to make the smart plays by getting the puck deep. And those are the things that I noticed when I was watching Laffy and other players. Just like they just try and do the right thing. Panarin's out there, like I said, trying to make unnecessary passes. And that's when I think they actually scored on one of those turnovers. They went down the other side or the other way and scored. So it's just little things like that where they have to learn to just like put the foot on the throat, Coach Ed always says, and step down and just finish the game. There's no reason to try and force things that aren't there. And that's what I saw in the third period.
Yeah, I think, with
And that happened
Panarin,
the other times they blew the lead.
Panarin's not going to learn anything, at this point. He's 31 years old. At this point, he's 600 games into his career. So he is what he is. But I agree that is a problem when you're up 3-2, 3-1. He shouldn't be making cross-ice passes anymore.
Yeah, he said he wanted. No, I just that's what stood out to me because obviously Panarin stands out to everyone because he has the puck a lot,
right?
And he makes a lot of bad decisions sometimes. And like the
third period,
it stands
I don't mind that.
Right.
I don't mind it down a goal or something. He's being creative, trying to make something happen. It's fine. But yeah, I agree with that. But you and I definitely are not seeing eye to eye on Laffy right now. That's for sure.
He didn't have a good. Who did they play last? Arizona, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just not happy with his game.
No, he should definitely be standing out more in the the score sheet. I'm looking at a spreadsheet, on the score sheet. But I mean, I think
the Rangers Ed spreadsheet. Yes.
Yeah, he's playing smart hockey, and he's playing like he's still forechecking. Like I said, getting the puck deep when he's supposed to, but he should be making better passes and trying to get some pucks on net and things like that. But
no, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, just generally with Laffy, I'm sure Coach agrees with you. Mike probably agrees with you. But I just, in watching Laffy, I don't really have a problem with the little things that he does. He's good at those things. My problem with Laffy is he's not flashing any of that number one overall skill. I want him to flash. I don't want him to be a third liner that gets it deep and then gets off the ice. He needs to make plays. That's what he's there for. He's a playmaker. So if they're deploying him like a third liner, that's a waste. That's a waste. You have Jimmy Vesey to deploy like that. Those are the guys you bring in for that role. You don't need Laffy to do that. They need him to, take a step. And even it's not the points. The points do bother me, but it's not just that. They're nice. But Kakko stands out to me. He stands out. He's out there. He's skating with the puck. He's winning board battles. He's making plays. He's not getting points. It's fine. I like his game right now. Laffy, I don't like his game. I just don't like it. He's not taking chances. He's forcing plays, not shooting enough. He's got a great shot, So just not happy with his game. I mean, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with his game, though. So I don't want you to get that impression. Just to clarify that. Coach, what is your assessment of Laffy? I'm sure you agree with Little Ed.
No, it was just at that moment. I just wanted to explain myself what I meant by that, by like playing invisible in the third period.
Yeah, I like that expression. Definitely. But
I mean, you got to remember, I think I don't remember who they're talking about on the broadcast, but everybody matures at a different level. And we keep talking about it for the last 3 years. You expect so much out of these number one picks. Not every number one pick is going to be a superstar right off the bat. He's learning the game. I think he's playing a really good two-way game. And he's making a lot of right plays. I mean, your eye test is only what you see on TV. If you watch him live, you might change it a little bit. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see him be more creative, make some passes, but now you put him on a different line. I don't know why they broke up the lines. I mean, obviously everybody exploded against Detroit, but
I like the kid line, honestly. I'm good with it. They're out there. They forecheck. They make, they're controlling the puck. I think they're playing well. I'm just, it's just Laffy specifically that he should be the best player on that line. That's the way I look. Like Laffy should be the best player on that kid line.
Why do you say that? Because Kakko was arguably possibly the number one pick overall. It was either him or you. So it's the same level.
No, I get it. I think Laffy's skill package is.
Hedl was the number one pick on the Rangers.
They're all 17th overall pick.
Right, they're all first round pick in the world. It's still the top 17 in the world.
Well, Coach, you
So,
would agree there's a difference between a number 1 overall pick in the entire draft and a first-round pick.
all right, definitely, but there's still that. It's still the top 17 in the world. He was. So yeah, Laffy should be producing more, but
it's not producing. It's again, it's standing out more. I think he'll get there, though. I think he shifted to right wing. He's moving around the lineup. All the same things we've always talked about. And just to defend Laffy a little bit, because I'm saying I want more flashes, but it's not the points. If you look at the points, he's got 7 points on the year, all at even strength. What's his power play time on ice? 30 seconds a game, 30 seconds a game, maybe at
if
most.
that.
By the time they get the puck in the zone, power play's over. They can't even set up usually. A couple times they got some chances, but mostly not. So 7 even strength points. What's like his advantage at? 19 points on the season, 7 at even strength. Same as Laffy, right?
All right, so where's your argument? You're arguing against yourself.
I'm not arguing against myself. I'm saying that it's not the points. The points are fine. He's getting assists. He's whatever. He's getting points. I'm cool with it. I understand he doesn't have 20 points because he's not in the power play. That's the reality. But it's the little parts of the game that I'm not happy with. He's not making a play that doesn't result in a point. Kako is. Gauthier is, right? Look at Gauthier. He's creating plays constantly. Being creative. I don't see it from Laffy. I see just a guy who's getting it deep. He's like scared to make a mistake, just trying to do like the right thing with the puck. You guys may like that. I don't want that from him. I want him to try something. I'd rather him turn it over, trying to be creative in the offensive zone than, getting it deep and losing the puck in the corner or something like that.
Well, that makes no sense to me what you just said.
It doesn't make no sense.
You just said I'd rather him try to make a play and give the puck away.
No,
why would you rather
because
that?
It's the try because I want him to have the confidence to try to make that play because he's going to get better at making those plays. He has to learn. He has to learn that. Not all these young guys.
To go against that, if he gets confident dumping the puck and doing the right thing, those openings will happen. Just like Eddie was saying in the third period, if you play that dump and chase game, the defense starts backing up. That opens up the neutral zone, and then things can happen. So you can't just say, let me try to be – if he starts making giveaways trying to do things, the coach is going to get pissed off going, cut that crap out, learn the game.
That's why he doesn't do it, because he's scared.
We don't know that for a fact, but
he's being taught to play safe, right? That's what I think is happening.
He's got to learn the NHL game a little more. I think the confidence will come personally.
I also think he's not shooting enough, and I think if he starts shooting more, he'll get more lanes to pass. That's part of it too. He started last game. He had a couple shots on the end of a power play. I was happy because he's got a great shot. He missed the net by like an inch, So, we'll see. I'm sure he'll turn it around. In my eyes, again, you guys look for different things. You guys like that, like simple, boring, dump it in, 2-1 games. I don't like that. I want to see my creative players be creative and my defensive-minded players play that way. I don't want to see Panarin, dumping it in all game. If they're up 3-1 in the third, play invisible. I love that. That's a great expression, play invisible. But yes, dump it in. You're up 3-1, win the game. I agree. Anyway, generally speaking. So let's talk about another guy struggling, Jacob Trouba. No goals on the year. Who cares, right? -5 on the season, though. Coach, you're the plus-minus guy.
Yeah, but I'm the plus-minus guy, but you keep bringing up plus-minus every episode.
I try to speak your language. We're trying to bridge.
You're against plus-minus, but you keep bringing it up.
I want to bridge the gap here, right? You like plus-minus, I don't. So I'm laying it's an olive branch out to Coach Ed, me bringing up plus-minus a lot. I'm speaking your language. I don't care about plus-minus. I think it evens out.
I watched Galant's press conference. I think it was this morning. It was on the internet, and he said they asked him point blank, "What about Keandre? Keandre and Trouba are both in the negative."
Yeah, Keandre -3.
And he said, "What's going on with that?" He goes. And he said they're playing fine. For the most part, he feels they're out there against top lines more than other pairs. And that's just going to be the nature of the beast. But he's happy with the way they're playing. I mean, he's not going to come out and say they're playing like shit. I get that. But that's his assessment. I kind of agree with that. So I haven't monitored or watched if they're out there against the top pairs all the time.
Well, I mean, good teams have defensemen who are out there against the other team's good players and are at -5.
And
right?
what Gallant also said was he's not a big fan of plus minus either.
Good.
But he said they assess each goal and sees what happened on that goal, and then they determine whose fault it was, quote unquote, and then they try to improve on that. It's not necessarily one pair's fault. It could be the line they're out with a lot. It could be a goaltending decision on a save, on a rebound. So there are a lot of variables involved in the plus minus stat.
They should do
your assessment of.
No, that's good. They should do that because that is true. Little Ed, though, I mean, Trouba, couple turnovers against the Islanders in the third period. I think on the game winner, he like flubbed the puck up the boards and it led to the Anders Lee goal. After the game, the Rangers kind of came out and were like, look, Trouba's got a nagging injury, right? Not going to keep him out of the lineup. You think that's affecting his play maybe? And he's dealing with some kind of injury. You think it's the captaincy? I mean, I'm not saying he's been terrible, but we expect a little more, I think, from Trouba to be a steady rock back there, and he's just not right now.
I definitely expect more out of him without a doubt. If he is playing through an injury, it might explain why he's not playing as physical as he normally does, or as what we're used to, So, I mean, if the injury's that bad, I wish that they would just address it and then just maybe have him sit out a few games, because I think at this point they wouldn't really necessarily miss him. Like, he would still be around the team as the captain, but on the ice, if it's going to be that bad, if it's going to be nagging him all season, what's he going to go the entire season like this and then go into the playoffs? I mean, I'd rather, depends on the injury, obviously, but sit out a few games and like recharge the batteries a bit. We played without Lindgren. We got him back. So I think it would be time if that's the case. But other than that, I think Keandre is definitely not standing out as much as he was in the beginning of the season. He looked a lot better, carrying the puck with confidence. He's not really doing much of that anymore. So we definitely got to see a little bit more from him, but maybe he feels like he can't do that since Trouba is lacking a little bit. Or maybe he's worried if he is injured, he's not putting too much strain on him by taking as many chances. There's a lot of different factors there, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Keandre would definitely know what Trouba's injury is and how he's doing. And if Trouba's got, look, when they say nagging injury and the guy doesn't sit out, I immediately think some kind of core muscle, because those are usually tolerable to play through, but enough to like inhibit your play a little bit, not enough to sit out of the game. Like a core muscle injury, I don't know. It's a question for EA to PA if something like that would be, rest worthy. I don't know. We'll have to bring her on soon and ask her if this continues.
I personally don't think it was. I watched that one goal that him and Keandre are out for against Nashville. Keandre had the two men behind him. He chose to cover the guy in the high slot. To me, the goalie should have intercepted the pass going through the crease. I think it was their second goal. So, there's a decision that Keandre makes where the goalie should read it and make the play on that puck. If he covers the guy down on the top of the crease, then the guy in the high slot's open, which is more of a higher danger shot. So to me, that's where those little things come into play, where it's a decision-making, communication between the D and the goalie, and they both get a minus on that. Is that because of a nagging injury? I mean, yeah, Eddie said he made a giveaway to the Anders Lee goal. All game guys are making giveaways. Anders Lee's goal wasn't a freaking McKinnon snipe. It was a freaking, come on.
It was a deke right in front of the net.
Yeah, but
one-on-one with the goalie.
Where was the other D then?
Right. Well, right, they're a pair. They're a pair. But
right.
See, Coach, that's the thing. So you make a good point that it's really difficult in a game like hockey where it's a team sport and everybody kind of influence. It's a read and react game. So what everybody does affects what other people on the ice do. And it's easy to be like, oh, this guy's not playing well. That guy's not playing well. But there's a lot of factors on every play. You're 100% right. The problem with that is that really is true in like smaller samples. But when you start looking at a couple of games or a week or a couple of weeks, then you kind of have a body of work to assess somebody's play. It's like, yeah, you can look at each individual play and be like, oh, Keandre didn't go to that high guy. The goalie should have intercepted the puck. Panarin didn't back check. Hedl was out of position, and that led to Trouba doing. You can definitely do that. but then you blame nobody. You're not blaming anybody, and there's just mistakes happening all over the place, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, the body of work is when Trouba and Miller are on the ice against better players, goals are going in the Rangers' net. Why is that happening? The Rangers say Trouba's dealing with a nagging injury. Period. Like, that's what's going on. So if you want to break down why that's happening and just say it's not them, it's the rest of the team, maybe, you're blaming the goalie, you're blaming
they
the
might
forwards.
just be saying, I'm not blaming the goalie, I'm blaming the situation. Like you just said, it's a series of decisions being made.
Yeah.
Trouba to Keandre to the goalie, and they're not on the same page. You got a new goalie for the season. They're not used to the situation that, what they've done.
Well, the backup is new.
Yeah, that's going to take time to work. There's situations where you got to learn. The nuances of each player. I mean, they might have just said it's a nagging injury just to get the press off of Trouba's back because he has been stumbling a little bit. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it could be the captaincy, right? That's tough. I mean,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
You wouldn't put pressure on yourself putting the Rangers C on your jersey.
I think he's going to play the same way. I don't think I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't think so though. I don't buy that.
Come on, Ed. You're the captain guy. You don't think there's a chance that Trouba maybe is pressing a little with that C on his jersey? I know I would press. That's why.
Maybe a little bit, but he started out fine, and he seemed to respond to it well when he was getting interviewed and with all like the hype videos and stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it's really more the injury thing, and because like I said, like part of his game is playing physical, and that's not there. And the only reason why he wouldn't be going out of his way to make a hit or at least go into the corners a little bit more, I think it's because he doesn't want to injure himself even further. So I'm going with injury, not as much as the captaincy.
So let's keep it negative for one more topic, and then we'll shift to all the positive stuff because there's a little bit of both in these games, right? So the last negative thing we'll talk about here.
One more thing I wanted to say is they have like a 4-day break now. So he has a good opportunity to take some rest, maybe not participate in practice here and there. I don't know if there's been any reports of him sitting out.
Maintenance days.
I think that would be wise, but who knows? He seems like the guy too, where that might be where the captaincy is weighing on him, where he feels like he has to play.
Could.
What I mean? I think that if anything, that's where the captaincy is coming into play. Whereas he feels like he has to be in the lineup and he's not going to sit out with a small injury. But
maybe he's trying to show Kravtsov what he should be doing.
Yes, I was going to say that's a perfect transition with the days of rest and Trouba getting rest. Maybe Kravtsov can get over his stomach bug. So, look, Kravtsov comes in. I thought he played a really good game. What was the game I said Kravtsov's going to score tonight and he got an assist? I was wrong, but the 8-2 game, right? The Detroit game. I thought he played really well in that game. And then
I didn't really notice him out there, so I don't know what you're considering well.
Oh, well, I was watching him closely, trying to analyze his game because he didn't play a lot. So I wanted to see how he looked, So I was paying attention, and I thought he was, good. He was very cognizant of back checking. He was playing high. He wasn't like chasing the puck like an idiot. He seemed like a very sound overall game, and he ended up getting an assist. And then I think he played the next game, less noticeable, and then stomach bug out, misses 2 games, right? Or whatever. I don't even know if he played the next game actually. So
he missed it because of stomach bug and then because of dental issues. Like, what could possibly be the dental issues that you're missing a hockey game?
Do you think the Rangers are just like trolling at this point with him? And they're just like, because there's a part of me is saying, like, we talked about this. Maybe he needs to just like hit the gym and play a game and then hit the gym for a couple games and then play a game and then hit the gym for a couple games, like jokingly. I was saying that, but I mean, literally the tweet from Mercogliano: Rangers say Vitaly Kravtsov has a stomach bug and won't play tonight. Like, I can't. It better been diarrhea. Like, I know you can't play through diarrhea, fine, but it better been like explosive diarrhea.
I mean, I'm recording through it.
I mean, look, if you got the shits and you're throwing up, and
Yeah, but I would think that the
Yeah.
team doesn't want him around the team to spread the bug more than anything. In his defense, they're not going to want a guy like with a stomach virus in the locker room, where all of a sudden it's going to go through 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah, infecting.
Yeah, but then what's the
Zibanejad.
dental issues?
That I don't get.
We got to get Sully on the
Next
back
week.
on the
Next.
show.
So, 4 days of rest. Does he draw back in Thursday? I mean, and if he does, like, what do? You keep moving these guys out of the lineup? You know, like, look, I want Kravtsov in the lineup, but if you're trying to win games, you gotta look at things both ways. You can't just be one way like Coach Ed and just have like your tunnel vision way of thinking. You know, I have that way, but I try to think about the opposite, right?
I was gonna say.
Look at you. No, I try to always.
You want Kravtsov on the first line to just get him.
Now you're saying they shouldn't play him. You argue every week.
I
did
did not say they shouldn't play him. I'm trying to be objective and think about alternatives. So I mean, Kravtsov coming in and out with all these issues, it affects the flow of the team to continuously keep putting him back in. Now, if they're going to take Reeves out or something, fine. He doesn't really do much, but you got like Jamie Vesey establishing himself pretty good, contributing, you know, as hard as I've been on him, he's doing his job. It's fun to watch. You got Carpenter gets his first goal as a Ranger. You know, Sammy Blais is finding his footing a little bit. Gauthier is finding his footing. Like, you going to pull him out after, you know, you can't sit Vesey right now. It's hard to sit Gauthier. I don't think I would pull Gauthier. So you're going to pull either Reeves or Carpenter out for Kravtsov. And if you keep doing that with the seesaw, it definitely, I think, can affect the chemistry on the ice. Right, Coach? I mean, you would agree with that.
Without a doubt. I mean, VC's one of their better penalty killers right now. He's in the rotation. So
he's killing it.
He's not coming out. He's not coming out of the lineup that I could see. If he does, I'd be shocked.
You can't take him out right now.
No, he established this. We talked about this when they signed him. If he's being signed for a bottom 6 role and a PK role like he had in New Jersey last year, he was effective. And you're seeing it. He's getting a ton of chances shorthanded. Tons. I know he got the
shorthanded. He's making good.
He had a few more.
He's making good passes, getting good looks.
Yeah, he's really playing strong right now. Definitely.
Getting hit in the face with a puck and coming right back out.
No, but I mean, that was just a bad, like, dude, where was he shooting at? Like, he was trying to go around the defenseman blocking the shot, but that was like 3 feet wide. They hit him right.
What about the one? What about the one last night or Sunday night when he almost hit Kreider in the stomach and it hit the shaft of his stick and went in?
Yeah, no, that was a pass.
Yeah, but he missed.
I don't know.
Definitely
dude.
A pass.
That was
the
like
pass was like 4 feet off the ice.
It hit the shaft, the middle.
Well, that's how good
Kreider off the ice.
Kreider's one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
It hit in between his hands and went in. That was crazy. I don't know. Yeah, that's a dangerous shot to take in the face, Zibanejad's. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Kravtsov, but I don't really know what's going on with the injuries. It's very disappointing. You know, whatever. Hopefully he can string some games together and we can see what we have with him. It's hard to really assess his game, you know, here and there. So, you know, as a fan, you want to assess the kid's games, see if he can contribute, see where he's at in his development, and you can't do it because he can't stay on the ice. So it's a little bit frustrating. But a kid who is back healthy and playing well, coach's favorite, Philip Hedl, piling up points right now, Coach. 5 points in these 4 games, up to 8 on the season. All his points are at even strength. He's playing with speed. He's playing physically with size, making plays with the puck. Yeah, I love his game right now. I don't know. You guys, I know it might be hard for you guys to say, because God forbid you gave somebody credit that I liked and you don't. But I think he's playing really well. He's playing like a prototypical third-line center, and he's really contributing.
You want to know what the difference is?
What's the difference?
He's hitting the net.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to troll. I'm being dead serious. He's hitting the net. He's capitalizing on his chances finally. So, yeah, he is playing good hockey. He's the one thing I noticed is I actually meant
23.5% shooting right now.
That's pretty good.
That's one out of every more than 1 out of every 5 shots are going in. That's pretty easy.
That's pretty good. We were trying to explain this to one of our players recently. He's been doing this very well where he's trying to be that net front presence, and then at the last second, when someone's behind the net, he's peeling off and backing out into the high slot for that one timer.
That's how we got the goal.
Yeah, that's how we got the goal the other night, and we were trying to explain that to one of our players on Stony Brook. So we might have to show him one of those highlights, Coach.
I actually texted that to Skank to try to get that highlight for video.
Oh,
wait,
did?
so
Nice.
you're gonna use a Filipino highlight to educate young hockey players?
See that? We're evolving.
See that?
That's the best compliment ever.
Wow.
It's the one highlight he has in the last 4 seasons.
No, he's got the backhander from the playoffs last year. But anyway, so you pull that highlight, and that's a positive Hedel highlight. Are there any negative clips you're going to show to like, don't do this? Is there anything from Hedel that you can
When
pull
he trips over the net, when he goes around the net, stuff like that.
I mean, look, coach, you've always said about Hedel, he can't stay healthy. Still has that problem this year. He had the concussion. He's missed 6 games, right? So that's already 6 games. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt again. So that's still something for him to work on. But last year, 8 goals, 14 assists in 67 games, already 4-4 in 11 games this year. So that's good. Trending in the right direction. I think the playoff run gave him some confidence, and hopefully he can keep it up. By the way, also, Mr. Plus Minus, Filipinos +6 on the season right now. So, and Ed, your number 3-star Panarin is -8, by the way.
That's rough.
-8.
Yeah, but Gallant said the same thing about him. He said he goes, look at Brett, he's -8, but I love the way he's playing. So obviously they're looking at different things, you know.
And he's gonna just defend all his players. He's a player's coach. He's never gonna say anything negative about a player in the media. It's never gonna happen. He's not that kind of
coach.
But
obviously he does love the way he's playing. He's out there in the last couple of minutes of a game and stuff like that.
Well, he's one of the best players in the league with the puck on his stick. That's why. I mean, you need a goal, you know.
Not in certain situations.
Not when you don't need a goal, he shouldn't be out there.
Not as much.
No, they need to bench him with the lead from now on. Just like let him get some rest, Brad.
Yeah, we need you for the playoffs.
So another thing, I could talk about Hedel's performance all day, but
if he already has the 3rd star on lock, they should just sit him for the rest of the game.
Well, Ed, I almost texted you last game. They said I didn't want to say it because we kind of beat the dead horse, but he ends up getting on Fox's goal. They like added an assist for him.
Yeah.
So he got the secondary assist. Initially, it was Fox from Hedel. He changed it to Fox from Hedel and Panarin. And Sam goes, "Oh, they just announced the Panarin gets a second assist, gets another assist added. That's 17 on the year." And I was like, "Oh, 3rd star!" Like
that's it.
That's it. Locked in.
Anyway,
perfect.
So let's give some love to Adam Fox. The kid is killing it right now. I mean, just totally dominating out there with the puck. I was looking at some metrics because when I watch him, defensively, I feel like there's a little bit lacking. He turns it over sometimes in his own zone. He's a little bit out of position. He doesn't really have a net front presence at all. He's got like 7 hits on the season. But he's got 30 blocked shots. He's got all 5 of his goals are at even strength. So he's not just taking advantage of the power play. He's making things happen at even strength when the team needs it. He's got 2 game winners, both in this 4-game series here. It's 4-game stretch. I mean, 19 points, 17 games. He looks like the Norris Fox again offensively. So I was wondering, you guys paying attention to him defensively enough? Is that accurate? The metrics are showing positive defensive numbers for him, but I don't know. I feel like there's more there from him, Coach. I mean, when you're watching him,
I mean, you're gonna get what you get out of him. I don't see him as a negative defensively.
No, I don't either. But I don't see him.
And when you're playing 20 to 25 minutes a game, there's going to be situations where you're going to make a wrong decision for sure.
Yeah, he's been playing close to 30 minutes a game. He played 28 minutes.
Just like he does on offense, he's going to lull you to sleep on defense. He hovers around, then he makes a play, and you're like, where did that come from? He makes a little pass at the blue line out of the zone.
Or a stick lift or something.
And little things like that. It's just like he lulls you to sleep. I think he does it. I think he does it to the other team too. They don't expect it, and all of a sudden, he's in the right place, and the puck just is there, and he makes a play. It's
Yeah, he does these like spinoramas, where he'll like
little,
have the
little.
puck, he'll like fake a spinorama and then twirl and then
It's
spin again. And I'm
unbelievable.
like, what the hell, man? Like,
And these are like NHL players. He's making guys look stupid.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
As
good.
soon as
He's
there
good at
was
that.
some like buzz going around that like he's not in the top 5 anymore or whatever, he completely turned around his game. And he's been dominant again. But
I've
I think
noticed
the
he has been
Rangers
he has been a little more physical this year.
a little bit. He definitely gets in the mix behind the net, or if there's like a scrum in front of the net or something like that, he's not going to shy away, but he's also not going to go out of his way for it.
No, he's not looking for it, but he's getting
yeah.
involved more than in the past. I've noticed.
Yeah, I think the Rangers should just sign Lindgren to like whatever Fox's contract is, the same term. Like they have to keep them they have to keep them together.
There should be a proportion. Fox makes 9, he makes 1/3 of it or something.
Yeah.
Whatever Fox gets, he just automatically jumps a third up equal.
Well, that's the thing. So we talked about this via text. We were talking about Fox, and you were like, "What are his numbers with Lindgren?" And I couldn't find it, but it's on the internet somewhere. So I'm gonna keep digging. I'm curious because I feel like we were down on Fox, and that probably coincided with Lindgren being out. You sent the stat about the Rangers' record with Lindgren and how much it's different.
Yeah.
But look, the reality is he's not Buka Boom, but he is the Buka Boom to Fox's Leech, right? I mean, in a way. Fox now.
Every good defenseman needs a good partner.
Fox right now is second in the NHL for defenseman in points behind Erik Karlsson, who's got 10 goals. So what are you going to do? Fox is second ahead of Makar, ahead of Dahlin, ahead of Quinn Hughes, ahead of Pietrangelo, all these guys. So.
Oh boy, we're gonna have a little Norris Trophy Thursday night, right?
Did any of us pick Fox for Norris this year? I feel like no, we didn't, right?
I said we're gonna have 3 finalists, so I was hoping he'd be a finalist.
So you might get Fox and Shesterkin might get it together and be a finalist, and then you just need maybe a bread MVP finalist or a Zibby, possibly. Yeah, we could do it. Mikey might be right.
Keandre, what do you call it? The best studs.
Best studs.
Sharpest dresser.
I thought you were gonna say the Doghouse Award.
We got Thursday night, Foxy versus Karlsson, no?
Yeah. Karlsson, when the Rangers played San Jose, I feel like the whole shtick with Karlsson was like, Karlsson has got to get it together, pick up his play. They might want to trade him. He's not doing much. It's not the Karlsson of old. And then he scored like 10 goals in 5 games or something. I don't know what happened, but crazy. We'll get a better look at him next game, Eddie. We'll do it. We'll have little Ed do a review of where Erik Karlsson's game is today versus how he remembers it. So just put aside the previous bias you have of Karlsson. Just watch his game today and assess who he is as a player now. I'm curious if it's different. Because he's older. He might have changed.
David Quinn's riding him right now. I think he played 32 minutes the other night.
They're going to try and trade him, man. That's what they're doing to get rid of that contract. But
Ed, anyway. we didn't mention the other night the Lindy sighting.
Oh yeah, we were outside the Garden the other night. We saw Lindy pretty much in a light jog in his suit.
Late to the game, yeah.
The warm-up was going to start in probably 10 minutes, and we're outside. And I said to Eddie, I go, I wonder if he just got the okay from the doctor. And he was, because I'm like, Lindy, we miss you. And he didn't even look back. He just said, thank you. And he just like bolted.
Yeah.
Then
Eddie he responded, though. That's cool.
Yeah. Then Eddie said something to him. He's like, thank you.
Get well soon, buddy. We need you. And he goes, yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. He just like he didn't even break stride. Just kept walking.
Like, shut up.
I'm like, he's probably getting the call. They just said he could play, and he's going to tell the coach. And
then we're all psyched up. We're all psyched up, and then now
pulls a groin on the way in.
Yeah.
He turns around and says thank you, and runs into a car. He's out for the season.
He had some. He strong guy. He's not. He looks small.
He's a big kid, man.
That's what Coach said. He's like on the ice. He looks small compared to everyone else, but he's big compared to us.
Well, some of those guys are
his
huge. His
legs were huge. Yeah. He had like skin tight suit pants on, and his legs were huge. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I wish I could. If we had more time, if he wasn't in a rush, I would have asked to stop at least for a picture or an autograph. But
Hey, come
I
on the
wasn't gonna bother
podcast.
him.
We can't talk
Yeah.
about why we're outside on the podcast.
Slap a sticker on the back of his jacket as he runs by. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
Can we get an interview?
Take a sticker.
So Ryan Carpenter gets his first goal as a Ranger before Sammy Blais. I thought that was interesting. Sammy Blais still no goals as a Ranger. It's kind of crazy, right? That Carpenter goal was nice, though. I'll give him. That's a nice first goal as a Ranger. Did you guys notice he asked for the puck after that?
He asked for it. Would someone threw it on the bench?
Well, it's not his first NHL goal, so I thought it was a little strange. Like his first goal as a Ranger, he wanted that puck.
Well, they said he's
a Ranger fan.
Yeah,
exactly. He's from Staten Island, right? They said.
Right, that's why. Yeah. No, I know that, but I thought it was odd. And then they said, "Oh, his family's a big Rangers family," so that's probably why. But yeah, good for Carpenter. But yeah, I mean, dude, Sammy Blais gonna score ever? Is he ever gonna score? He's like Beavis at this point, as my dad would say.
He's playing good hockey, but yeah, I would like to see him put a puck in the net here and there.
No, I mean, dude, he's playing well. I'm happy with his forechecking game, whatever. Like, it is what it is. But I mean, the guy needs to score a goal at some point. He can't have no goals.
Yeah.
And then lastly here, I mean, Jarl Halak. I don't think he played badly in that Nashville game. I know he gave up 2 goals only on 18 shots, but I feel like whenever he's in net, now he's playing better. And it's just like the Rangers are doing just enough to lose. Like he's still winless on the year. Shesterkin has all 8 wins. Can't, in NBA jam lingo, can't buy a bucket right now, the guy. And I mean, I feel like it's a little bit getting to him. He looks frustrated in net, and on the bench, he looks a little bit like, come on, guys, can't you score these goals when I'm in net? Like I think it's getting to him, but he's a veteran, so.
It would get to me for sure. I don't care how long you've been in the league. That's got to be frustrating as hell. I mean, yeah, I said it to coach and our other coach, my friend Mike, in the car. I was like, I hate to admit it, but like you play differently in front of different goalies. I mean, it's just human nature, hockey player nature, whatever you want to call it. Like in the back of your mind, you just know who's in net and you just play a certain way. It's just like I said, it's like human nature. You can't help it. And that's got to be frustrating, especially because it's like so obvious for the Rangers.
I mean, he played good enough to win that game.
That game, the Detroit game, you played the last 2 games, maybe 3 games, they should have won with him in that. The first start that he had was pretty brutal. The other 4 total, right? He had.
He's got 5 starts.
5 starts.
He's got a loss.
Loss in OT. 3 of them they could have won.
Lost in OT to Detroit at home. That was a game the Rangers should have won. They were up 2-0 after the first period and blew the game, lost in overtime. And then they lost the Nashville game where he played well in that game too. So his last 2 starts were good enough starts for a backup. I'm happy with those, right? So I think he'll be fine. He's settling in a little bit, and hopefully they can get him a win. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. I did want to bring this up. Shout out to Libor Hayek and Julien Gauthier for both scoring in the 8-2 win. That was the first night of the dad's trip, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, that was when they piled on the 8 goals. And I just want to say, look, like Hayek and Gauthier, 2 of the guys from the rebuild that, most fans would agree haven't really panned out as we wanted them to. And it's just good. It makes me happy. When Hayek scored, I was like, good for Hayek. He's playing steady, and that was like I've scored goals like that as a defenseman. I scored a goal one time from the red line. I dumped it in, and it went through the legs of the goalie, and I was just like, all right, like, so that's kind of what that goal was like. It was from the blue line, but
yeah.
I just want to give him a little love. So fans out there, if you got to root for these guys, you can't, right? I mean, Mike, like, you're watching the game, you see Gauthier and Hayek score. You're kind of like, all right, I'm not expecting this consistently, but it's got to put a smile on your face a little bit.
Oh, definitely. That game was kind of crazy. I was was actually the night of my buddy's rehearsal dinner. Shout out to Ryan and Nicole Cummings, who just got married this weekend. But so we're sitting at the bar, and I made the bartender put the game on like all the TVs back there. And before you know it, I'm like, oh, okay, they scored. I look down, they put another 2 goals in. I look up again, it's like 8-2. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But
This is crazy.
yeah, no,
It
good
was
for them.
crazy.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah,
need
it
that
was-
secondary scoring to be successful. So it's nice to see it here and there from the bottom six and like a seventh defenseman without a doubt.
Yeah. So during that game, I just want to replays for the fans, our group chat here. During that game, the Rangers made it 4-2. Little Ed goes, there goes my under 6 goals bet. Got to play the full 60. Then I say, I like this Blake Gaudreau Gauthier combo. Just got to upgrade VC spot and we're good. My next text 2 minutes later, VC to Hall of Fame, VC to All-Star game. And then coach says, yeah, he wasn't the reason they scored on that play either. So this banter you hear in our podcast, it exists all the time, is not fabricated for this show.
It's worse in real life, actually.
Yeah, we tone it down for the show.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. So that was a great game. So speaking of that, it's a good transition into the broadcast banter.
I got some good ones.
Coach, lead us off with the dad's night stuff. I know you got something on that.
I mean, the best one to me is there was so many I didn't even write them down. But after the game, he goes, they're showing the dads again, and he goes, maybe the dad should get the #1 star of the game.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. Oh, it was just that was the capper.
You know, so on the dad's night theme, I have a few there, but so on the first goal they scored and Sam goes, the dads love that. They show the dads. They're all like, it's just, I just can't like.
There was so many like that.
I just picture if it was me and that was my dad.
Yeah.
Like the amount of like, I don't know. I want those dads are hockey dads. They're probably just like that, you know, like Coach Ed, like my dad was.
Definitely.
Of course.
That's got to be an amazing feeling for those dads, man.
I felt bad for Carpenter's dad. They didn't even dress him. He's on the trip. He didn't
they
dress
dressed
that
him
game.
No, he didn't dress the first game. Yeah.
He didn't dress in Detroit.
All right, little Ed's chomping at the bit over there. What do you got?
Sam goes, they needed a boost, so why not bring the dads along? That was just another random one. And then this was good. This was good because I think it was like the first game they reunited the kids line. And Sam goes, they're not kids anymore. And I think Joe says, yeah, Sam, they're of age. What?
So he goes, in that game when they won the Detroit game, Sam goes, these points are so important. Buffalo's better. The Islanders are better. And then Joe goes, Detroit's better. And Sam goes, well, despite tonight. And Joe's like, yes, Sam. Like, obviously, like, they're losing 7-2 at the time. Like, it's just, it's like, I don't know. I feel like Sam always brings up how every point's important, which is true. They are important. But then when they lose, he's like, they'll get it together and right. It's like the points aren't important when they're losing, but when they win, every point's important. So go ahead, little Ed.
I'm surprised you don't have this one, cousin Ed. They were commenting on how all the dads were just drinking bottles of water at the game. So Joe goes, they might be drinking a little something else when they're in Nashville. I hope you told them about the good time in Nashville, Sam. And Sam goes, yes. I said it is a good spot. The Rangers score. Mika Zibanejad. And then Joe follows it up, and the dads love it, especially Bruce Fox, because his son just laid one on the table for him to hammer home. It's just like they kept
Especially
on just
Bruce Fox.
Yeah,
The full name.
Bruce Fox. Yeah, it was so funny.
And then they bring him on for these awkward interviews, and they're like, the only one that there was one that was good. Gaudreau's dad was a good interview, but most of them are just like, yeah, so your son's in the NHL. Like, how does that feel? And you're like, well, I'm putting a lot of work over the years and he's worked really hard. And it's like, come on, dude. I don't want to hear from this guy's dad. Like, it's all the
Go
same.
enjoy the time.
Just leave him alone. Let him enjoy the experience. You're bringing him on for an interview. But it's just so whatever. There was one other thing about the dad's game that it was near the end of the game. I had it written down, but it's not in my notes. Do you have anything else from Dad's Night, Ed? Please tell me you have it, because there was another one that just came to me. I lost it.
Maybe they should bring him on the road all the time.
Yeah,
that one.
Like
that one was good. That one was good.
This one,
he
said
a little
something
expensive,
like
Sam.
Joe kept on doing like commentary whenever they flashed them in the crowd. He kept on doing like commentary of like what Mr. Kreider was saying to Mr. Fox.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was hilarious.
He was like, "Yeah, Mr. Kreider says I like that too." Then to Mr. Fox, now feed my son more in front of the net, something like that. It was like
unbelievable.
He kept on saying shit like that. Like, now keep feeding my son in front of the net.
I remember what it was. I think it was on the VC goal. He scored shorthanded. It was like the Rangers just scored, then they took a penalty, and then VC scored like right away shorthanded, and they pan over to the dads, and VC's dad's coming out of the bathroom like wiping his hands. He missed the goal.
Oh my God.
He's coming out like wiping his hands, and the other dad's like pointing at the screen. He's like looking like what? Like he missed the goal.
Oh my God.
So there was a lot of stuff, all the social media posts about it were like VC's dad just, dropped a deuce pretty much.
Unrelated to the dad's thing, I remember they were going on and on about all the different like jobs that were being given out to like the veterans. Like Martin Brodeur got a job, Lidstrom got a job.
Oh my God.
Somebody else got a front office job, and they must have talked about it for like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
I just wrote down
Lidstrom,
going on and on about
Nicholas
jobs around
Lidstrom.
the league.
Yeah, it was Nicholas Lidstrom with Detroit, Brodeur with the Devils,
and one more, I forget.
There was someone in Colorado under Sakic. Yeah, there's a few that happened. Meanwhile, and the Rangers have Drury.
It was going back and forth play.
Henrik Lundqvist. That's going to be Henrik Lundqvist soon. I think they're going to make him like an assistant to the GM at some point or something.
We'll wait till they play the Sharks.
I don't know if
what's his name's out there? Greer, right? Isn't Greer who's the guy that's the GM? Greer?
Yeah,
yes.
Greer. This is his first year as.
That's a Drury protege.
Yeah. Right. What a great job he's doing out there.
I don't think Lundqvist wants that job. I think he'd rather be out like doing like media and appearances and stuff.
Well, he might. I mean, for now,
just looking so incredibly good looking.
Yeah, he just retired, but after a few years, Ed, he's a competitive guy.
Yeah,
oh wait, I got another banter. When Henrik comes out with this for the Caesars commercial, and I forget which guy said obviously Joe or Sam goes, he even looks good in the suit on the commercial or something like that.
Oh my God.
Why wouldn't he look good? He's so stupid.
Unbelievable. All right, yeah. So mostly Dad's Night stuff. I mean, there was banter in all the games, but that one's good. That one's the talk of the.
That was the highlight. Yeah.
Wait till Mom's Night comes up soon.
Oh, they're doing that. They do that again.
Do that too. The moms go on the trip.
Yeah. Who was somebody's mom? It wasn't Strom's mom, right?
I think it was Strom's mother was involved. Yeah,
she was. Yeah. So who's gonna replace her? We'll see. She was on like read the lineups and she was like passionate and stuff like that. So they're gonna need a new mom to step into those shoes. Anyway, all right. Enough banter. Let's move into our stars of the week. All right, Coach Ed. Gonna lead off with you here. Offensive player of the week.
Gotta give it to Foxy. Gotta give it to Foxy.
Foxy. Love it. Yeah, I mean, 8 points. I could see it. Little Ed.
Cousin Ed, hold on to your seat. I gave it to Philip Hedl.
Oh, baby. I love it. Ditto. Did the same.
Hitting the net, putting pucks in the net, making shit happen. Great third line center.
Yeah, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in 4 games. Leading all forwards, definitely deserving. I did the same. Mike, who you got?
I'm gonna agree with Coach. Gave it to Mr. Adam Fox, Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to pick Fox. If you played forward, you definitely give it to him 100%. But I'm assuming Little Ed did the same thing as me. Defensive Player of the Week.
Foxy.
Yeah, same here. So that's kind of why. I wanted to spread it out a little bit. So, Coach, Defensive Player of the Week.
That's a tough one this week. I don't know. I'm gonna go with.
Well, you could have gave Heedle the Offensive Player of the Week and then use Fox for the defensive if you wanted to.
I'm gonna give Fox Defensive Player of the Week as well.
I love it. It goes
Double whammy.
against the grain. I love it. Always. Always. All right, Mikey.
Giving it to Mr. Libor Hayek. I like the way
This episode, we got to end the episode. That's it. Heedle Offensive Player of the Week. Hayek Defensive Player of the Week. I'm signing off, guys. I'll see you in 2024. All right. Jeez. Yeah. Go ahead on Hayek though. Sorry, I cut you off.
it's too late now.
He lost it. Lost his train of thought.
No, what do you got? I want to hear some love for Heat. Not for Heat, for
I like
Hayek.
Lee.
No,
I like
he's-
Libor.
Me too.
He's playing well. He's throwing the body out there. He's doing what he needs to do. Put a puck in the net. I think out of all of our defensemen, I feel like he's probably one of the more consistent ones these last couple games. So I think he
I think
he's
deserves some
steady.
love.
He's
I think
steady.
I think he's got a little edge on Jones defensively, maybe because of his size. He moves
Yeah,
the
I
puck
agree.
well. I like him.
Yeah, and he's showing a
I'm a
little
fan of his.
confidence. He's showing a little confidence too. He gets the puck behind the net, makes a little shift move, spins around a forward. He's not just like getting rid of it. He's showing a little bit of confidence. He's a good two-way sixth defenseman. I mean, he's a two-way guy. He's got some speed, he's got some size, got a little bit of offense, good positionally. If he just stays sound defensively, he'll stay in the lineup. We talked about it, Coach. Jones and Hayek might split during the year.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. I'm sure Jones will draw back in at some point. Sure, Hayek will commit a turnover or something at one point, and then Gallant will bench him, and Jones will draw back in. So it's all part of the process. All right, highlight play of the week. There are a few here. This could be one where last week we all picked Schneider 2 hits in a fight. I don't think we're all going to have the same. There's like 20 goals to pick from. So let's go to Little Ed. What's your highlight play of the week?
I went with VC's shorthanded goal.
The one against Detroit?
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
the
that was-
one he had in this series, right?
Yeah. I just wanted to remember
yes.
which game it was. Yeah,
Yes.
that was the one where the dad was in the bathroom.
Yep. No, I just thought it was a nice reward for all of his hard work, great penalty kills. And it was a nice move, good hustle play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went with the Carpenter deflection goal. You got a fourth line guy, waiver fodder, possibly healthy scratch. Not a guy who scores a lot of goals, and that's a pretty high skill goal right there. And it's a nice deflection. Great play by Schneider on that too, to keep the puck low on the wrist shot. But it's a hell of a deflection for a guy that you don't expect that to come from. So I wanted to give him some love. There was a lot to choose from in these games, but that was my pick. Coach, what about you?
I know there was a goal in the Detroit game that I wanted to make the highlight goal. I was watching it with Kathy, but I'm going to go with the Zibanejad to Kreider deflection in the Phoenix game.
Yeah, that was a nice one. Yeah, off the shaft. Mikey, what about you?
Yeah, I wish I would have gone before Coach, but I went with the same K-man redirect from Mika.
Well, he gave the highlight to the Zibanejad to Kreider goal. You say K-man redirect. So technically, I think those are different. I think Coach is giving it to Zibanejad for the
play. Highlight play.
So no, I understand, but it sounds like you're more impressed with the Zibanejad portion of the play Mikey's more impressed with the Kreider portion of the play. Is that fair?
No,
I'll take it.
it's the whole play. Zibanejad definitely looked to make the deflection. Maybe it took off the stick a little bit more than he wanted to, but Kreider still got the stick in the right spot.
Okay.
He could have
So
turned his
never
body.
never mind. Never mind. It's all
I
good.
don't. I think it was.
I thought I was on to something, but I'm not. It's all good. We can move on.
know.
Hell of a play. Okay. Key contributor. I'm gonna start. I gave it to VC. I picked him last week. Yeah, he's doing the right things. As long as he isn't taking ice time away from any young kids on the power play or anything like that, I'm perfectly happy with the role he's playing, and he's playing it well. So I gave it to him. Coach.
I'm giving it to Goody.
Yeah, he played a hell of a couple games here. He had 4 points too on top of that. And he's the definition of a key contributor when he's on. So I love that.
I thought he played well against the Islanders too in person, and the Detroit game. I thought he was doing real well. I thought it was a good 4 games for him.
Yep. Little Ed.
I went with VC as well, back to back.
Yep, I like that. Mikey.
Philip Hito is gonna get love.
Whoa.
So, Coach,
My boy
so I just want to
Heats.
Heedle had 5 points in these 4 games and is not on Coach's board. I just want to throw that out. Not one award went to Heedle. He had 5 points instead of
we're
giving.
not done yet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
instead of giving Heedle an award, he gave Fox 2.
He might get the Pavel Bushnevich doghouse.
I don't know what what does Heedle have to do to get love from Coach Ed fans? Like, honestly, I want to know.
I said he had made a good move.
He's not on your
the national
he gets
game.
no award from you. At least
He's
Mike
sending
gave
a
him the
clip
key
to one of our
contributor.
players. That's actually better than an award.
This is true.
That's true. All right. All right. So let's get into what the fans want to hear. Coach Ed's copyright Doghouse Award. We'll start with Coach. It's his award. Last week he put ESPN Plus into the Doghouse, joining Kraftsoff. Is ESPN Plus out of the Doghouse?
I haven't seen the game, so I'm going to say they're not out of the doghouse.
You gotta give him a chance to get out, Coach.
Well,
there's just a TV. There's a TV in the doghouse with a constant ESPN.
At least
with the app on it.
How's Kraftsoff supposed to get out if he's able to watch ESPN Plus all day? He's never going to get out.
He's watching highlights of the Rangers, and I don't know. He's not learning anything.
All right, so
no, VK is not out of the doghouse,
and Kraftsoff is still in the doghouse too. So is somebody joining them?
No.
It's just them two, still VK and ESPN Plus.
Okay. I mean, I think everybody else played. I mean, the Islander game was a tough loss. I mean, I watched Nashville. They played a good game. They played good enough to win.
Oh my God.
Saros stood on his head on a lot of those shots. And give Saros a lot of credit. There was a shot where he did not duck. And he made the save. Came right in his neck.
Head?
Oh, he's a beast. He's a great goalie, Saros.
Did not duck.
Yeah, he's a good goalie.
All right. So last week I had Artemi Panarin in the doghouse. I am going to leave Panarin in the doghouse, and joining him will be Jacob Trouba. So I got Trouba and Panarin in the doghouse right now. Panarin, no goals, 4 assists, and minus 4? Like 10 giveaways maybe in these 4 games. Rangers scored how many goals? 8 plus 4 plus 1 plus 3. That's a lot of goals in 4 games. And Panarin, 0, 4 assists, and minus player. So yeah, he stays in. And then Trouba, for obviously the reasons I said earlier, will join him.
Isn't it crazy how the only defensemen who have goals on the Rangers are Fox and Hayek?
Is that true? Lindgren doesn't have one? No.
I don't think so.
Schneider? No. Schneider doesn't
Don't you have the list here?
Yeah, I have a list. I compiled all the stats for you guys. I don't know if you looked at it.
I did look at it. That's where I came up with that stat.
Jones
Apparently I didn't look at it. Oh, Jonesy.
Jones got his goal.
Oh, okay.
Jones, Fox, and Hayek are the only Rangers defensemen to score. That's true.
Nothing for Keandre. That's shocking to me after all these games.
Yeah, you said he was
17 games.
15.
He might get on a streak.
He might get 3, Coach. He might get 3.
Right.
No, we'll see. Mikey, let's go to you. So last week you had Revo in the doghouse. Is Revo out of the doghouse?
I'm taking him out.
He's taking him out. All right, he played one game, so I get
Taking
it.
Rebo out.
He led the team in hits that night.
I like the way he played. I gotta
Should be
agree with
leading
you,
the team
Trouba.
against every game for sure.
Trouba's going in my doghouse this week for all the reasons we spoke about and obvious reasons. And he needs to step up.
Yeah, I think he'll be out next week. I got confidence he'll turn it around here.
Haven't
Little
seen
Ed, what about you?
haven't seen a big hit out of the Trouba train yet this year. I don't think.
No. No.
Last week I think I had what? Go ahead.
Wait, before you go, back to the banter to pull a Coach Ed. Schneider throws a huge hit and Sam calls him Trouba. And then Joe goes, that was Schneider, Sam. And he goes, well, he's mini Trouba. I was like, oh my God, I was done. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Little Ed, last week you had Kreider in the doghouse and Trouba.
And
you did not
Trouba.
pull Trouba out. So you had Trouba in remaining since episode 79. So that's 2 full episodes of Trouba in, and then Kreider joined him last episode. Is Kreider out of the doghouse?
Yeah, I'll pull Kreider out. He's been playing a little bit better. He's been getting a little bit more puck luck, finishing some opportunities. I'm going to go with leaving Trouba in, and I'm going to add Kratzov in there. He could sit in the toilet inside the doghouse while getting his teeth worked on.
The combination dental chair toilet.
Yeah, the Kratzov hat trick. This is toilet
Nice.
dental chair.
Kratzov hat trick. Oh my God.
Very nice.
Oh God, that is funny.
Hey, let's shout out. First of all, we saw the Islander game. Shout out to those Liberty jerseys. That Liberty uniform
Yeah.
incredible.
Shout out to Oscar for sure.
Incredible.
Coach already ordered the Schneider from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
so if
dope.
you want one, you gotta reserve one quick. They're going quick. But yeah, I take back everything I said.
I'm not allowed to do it. You said I'm not allowed
to.
to order jerseys, Ed.
You can get a Heedle. We get to pick which ones you're allowed to get.
Yeah, get a Heedle.
Get a Heedle. He's doing great.
I want to get Zibanejad.
No way. Ed, tell Oscar he's not allowed to make it.
I want a Zibanejad.
No.
I want.
Not till after they win a cup.
It'd be, if I could pick an order, it'd be Zibanejad, Fox, Shesterkin, Keandre.
No.
Kako.
Yes.
Laffy?
No.
Why
No.
yes to Kako and no to Laffy? I'm curious. Is there a reason?
I like Laffy better than Kako.
I would get a Schneider. That's a dope jersey. Good call,
No.
Coach. I like that. And that's a perfect Coach Ed jersey to have. A Schneider. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into the trivia, let's hop over to Mikey P with the Rangers Ed 150. All right. Great job. As always, Mikey. I mean, look, dude, I like to watch NHL Network in the morning and keep up, but like I say this all the time, I just can't keep up as much. So I actually like when Mike sends these so I can just play them from my email and be like, oh, shit, that's what's going on. Like, you know.
Yeah, sometimes he just like does it like on the spot too. Like we'll text him like, "Oh, we forgot to tell you this week to send it over," and he'll just be, "Oh yeah, well I'll send it over tonight." Like how
2
you,
minutes
how are you
later.
just how are you hopping on and just doing that quick?
Yeah, you can
he's
tell he
got
really follows the league. It's tough.
yeah,
Does a great job. Thanks, Mike.
Talent.
He's
All
gonna
right,
be hopping on the YouTube.
we gotta get him on the YouTube. All right, let's hop over to trivia. I lost my
What do we
post-it
got,
notes.
Mikey?
Hold on, I lost my post-it notes. I don't want to be accused of cheating here. I think
Huh.
my wife stole them from me. So I will use this receipt.
So ever since the
Okay, I'll use this.
debacle, I'm making sure to do my research. So
Double
That
or
will-
triple check.
Mike, let
that'll
me
never
let me
happen
teach
again.
let me teach you something we learned in law school. When you make a mistake, just move on because people forget. You keep bringing it up, draw attention to it.
This
All
is
right.
true.
Let's go.
All right, we're going with a little history, a little bonus point if you get it right.
Hold on, let me open my Rangers website here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Who has scored the most shorthanded goals ever for the New York Rangers? Bonus point if you get the number.
Wow.
I have
Most
no clue.
shorthanded goals ever. That's good. That's tough. Can we get a 20-year period? Or no? I'll let them, Eddie and the coach Ed.
There is no Rangers fan in the world that does not know this person.
Okay, and you just gave it away, and the bonus point is for the number.
Correct.
I don't think he gave it away, but maybe.
You got to give us an era.
No,
There is no
Ranger fan
in this world that does not know this person.
So that means
Okay.
someone of your age.
It could be a fan that was born 2 days ago. This fan would know.
I just texted you. I want to show it. The coach hasn't guessed yet. I'm gonna give it away.
I have no idea.
All Ranger fans would know it.
He hasn't written his answer down yet.
No, I haven't. I have one, but they're not. Most Ranger fans aren't going to know this one, so it's got to be wrong.
Took a shot in the dark on the number, but I think I got the player.
I'm not gonna react yet.
I can't even I can't even guess.
Coach, what? You have the entire history of
Yeah,
the
but
New
it's
York
got to be
Rangers
all
to guess
Ranger
a
fans.
player.
All Ranger fans would know it, so it's not the
Okay,
guy
so-
I guess.
So that would limit it to like maybe 10 players. That narrows it down to like 10 or 15 at most. Come on. I mean, it's not going to be Anders Hedberg. All right. Like,
All right. Excuse me. Coaches got Messier with 7. Little Ed's got Messier with 12. Cousin Ed's got Messier with 22. Everybody gets a point.
all right.
Yes.
And Cousin Ed was 1 short of 2 points.
Oh,
Wow.
It's 23. Messier with 23.
wow. How many years did he play with the Rangers? Have 23 shorties.
Yeah, that's a lot.
No way he had 23 shorthanded goals. There was no way.
That's
He only
so
played
many.
with the Rangers like 8 years.
No, he didn't. He played in the 2000s too. He came back after going to Vancouver. He played like
I
5
can't
seasons.
believe he had 23 with the Rangers. That's
all he did was
he had
penalty
23
kills.
maybe in his career.
Mike, every single week someone questions your answers.
Oh, well,
I want confirmation on that.
Well, coach, I'm looking it up. All right. In 91-92 alone, Messier had 9 shorthanded points and 4 shorties
Wow.
in that one season with the Rangers.
That's crazy.
In 96, 97, he had 5 shorties and 11 shorthanded points. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Just for the Rangers to have that many shorthanded goals in a season, and
I
for
know.
Messier to
I
be
think last
involved
year
on,
they
like,
didn't have
all of
any
them.
shorthanded goals. Something stupid.
Yeah. No, his career high is 6, and he did it twice. He had 63
12.
career shorthanded
I was
goals.
going to guess Walker Chuk.
63 career shorthanded goals.
No
That's a
way.
lot. Yeah.
Who has the most ever? That's
I
got
don't
to be
know.
up there.
Yeah, that's
I don't-
crazy.
Oh my god! I can't believe
That's a
I can't
lot.
believe I almost got it.
You completely guessed that?
Completely guessed the number. Completely guessed. I was closest without going over.
You go.
Didn't we
Yeah,
say
so
that
I
was
thought
the
you
rule?
get a point with that.
No, he said bonus point. So,
Oh,
so the most career shorthanded goals. Do you want to guess who?
it's got to be Gretzky.
Nah.
It's Gretzky.
It's got to
How
be.
many?
73.
Wow. So Messier was close.
73.
63,
Messier
60.
second with 63. Then
Wow.
Yzerman with 50. Lemieux with 49. And then we get into the dregs. Dave Poulin.
Poulin.
That's a Coach Ed guy.
He's on the Flyers.
39 of his 205 career goals were shorthanded.
Notre Dame
Like a-
graduate.
It's
a
like
quarter.
1/5. Yeah, it's
That's
1/5
insane.
of his 20% of his goals were shorties. Anyway, all right, good job. Good episode, boys. Fun couple games here to talk about. You know, I'm still waiting for the Rangers to go on a streak and right the ship a little bit. You know, we're sitting 7th in the East, first wild card spot, behind the Islanders, the Devils. You know, but fans got to remember it's tough. But you look at the standings. A lot of playoff teams are struggling right now in the same boat as us. So it's just a matter of getting it together and pushing towards April.
Staying afloat.
Stay around that positioning and then go on a run at some point. But I mean, the Devils and Islanders look for real. The Devils are 9-1-0 in their last 10. The Islanders 8-2-0 in their last 10. That's
but that goaltending is not sustainable for the Devils, I don't think. And
Sorokin
just
is
to
for the
piggyback
Islanders.
on Sorokin is definitely the real deal for the Islanders. That's scary. But the Devils are definitely going to be missing that in the long run. But I heard on NHL Network today that Avalanche fans are panicking too. It's like they just won the cup. They have the same exact team as last year. They'll be fine. It's like everyone's got to chill out. I mean, I know it's frustrating to watch. Definitely frustrating on our end as well. But I think it's all gonna balance out, and all will be right in the world, and all will be right in Rangers world.
Yeah, and I think Colorado people generally are just very chill. One of my coworkers from Colorado, he saw a Ranger thing in my office, and he's like, "Oh, you're a Ranger fan, I'm an Avalanche fan." I was like, "Oh, how do you like Georgiev?" He's like, "Yeah, I like him. You know, he's an upgrade on Kemper." I'm like, "Dude, Kemper just won the cup, and this guy thinks Georgiev's an upgrade." Like, I'm last year, like they're just so calm. He's like, "Yeah, I like Georgiev. He's great. You know, he's good." And I'm just like, "Oh my god, I can't stand the guy, Georgiev." Not my coworker. He's cool.
Let it go, Ed. Let it go.
Just to clarify. Anyway, all right, boys. Good episode. We will be back next week. Today's what, Tuesday, the 15th. I think we're going to be dropping. Well, do we even play before next week?
Thursday.
Thursday, and Saturday, and then we don't play again until Tuesday, the 22nd. So might be only 2 games to talk about next week if we drop it on Tuesday. We'll see. Maybe we'll go Wednesday instead. We'll figure it out. Oh no, they play Wednesday too. Never mind. So yeah, shorter week with the road trip. Rangers get some rest. So look out for us next week. And well, hopefully a couple wins to talk about.
Maybe next week we could make mention of your favorite player, Tenorti, with a couple of goals.
Oh God! I'm the one who told you about that.
I know.
And he had a highlight reel goal too. Did you see it? I gotta find the clip. I'll send it to you. By the way, Coach, did you see they're coming out with another Yellowstone prequel? I sent you the clip.
Yes, I knew that already.
Yeah,
In the 1920s. Yep.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. I didn't catch last week's episode.
I didn't see it yet either.
All right, we will. We'll do a Yellowstone review. Maybe we'll do the side. No, I'm just kidding. All right, boys. Have a good night. Thank you to our fans for listening. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you, Long Island Hockey Company, for, obviously all the discounts we always get from them and the collaboration. And thank you guys, especially Little Ed, for doing all the work.
Yeah,
Yes,
everyone,
boys.
listeners, head over to YouTube. If you're not watching right now, head over to YouTube to check out some clips and some special content that I've been putting out. And definitely give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for some episode clips and some Panarin bread trackers and other bonus content. So thanks a lot for everyone who follows already and always interested in more followers. So check it out.
By the way, I'm 5 for 5 this season on the trivia. Little Ed.
If all the fans out there can just let Cousin Ed know if burger is actually a sandwich too, we'd appreciate that.
Yeah. We're gonna post that poll. I'm giving Little Ed homework. We're gonna post that poll. Is a cheeseburger a sandwich? That's what I want the question to be. Is a cheeseburger a sandwich?
I'm
Yes,
getting one of
no.
those cheeseburgers for an appetizer next game. Mike,
I
you
don't
haven't,
want
you
no
haven't said anything you've
qualification.
eaten at the games.
Yeah, we gotta get a Mikey review next time.
Yeah, I've been good at the games.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Get it. I'll review the ice cream helmet. Kind of sturdy. The paint's chipped over here. Oh, the ice cream. Yeah, the ice cream's good too. All right, guys. Love you guys.
Have a good night. Love you
Have a
guys.
good night, guys. Love you.
Yeah.